here. So we really appreciate you coming on this beautiful afternoon to join us for a very important day. We have a lot of special people in the room, so without further ado, I actually would like to introduce Cindy Warmington, Executive Counselor. She is also running for governor, and as we know, this important top-down ballot at the very bottom. So, Cindy, thank you for coming, and again, another warm applause for Cindy from you.
Thank you for having me. This is such a great day to be here to see Carlos officially launch this campaign. He is going to be a great senator. Is this hot?
Yeah, it's low.
He's going to be a great senator for this district, and I got to tell you, a lot better.
Amen.
Carlos asked me to just say a couple of words about my race. I'm Cindy Warmington. I am currently the only Democrat on the Executive Council and have been for years, standing up for everything we believe in: reproductive freedom, public schools, affordable housing, all the things we believe in. I came from here. I got my political feet under me right here as the head of the Guilford Democrats, and also secretary of the Belknap County Dem. So this is home for me. And I just want to say, when I first started here, I used to joke that if my husband and I went out for dinner, that was a meeting of the Guilford Dems. But we are doing the work, and it's still red here, but it's not as red, and that's the work that it takes to get people like Carlos elected. And Carlos is going to make such a great difference. I'm running for governor because I know that we can build a state where everyone has the right to vote and everyone can love who they love and be who they are, and everyone can drink clean water and breathe clean air, and where teachers can have the right to teach, and where every single working family can put a roof over their kids' heads and feed them and clothe them and give them a great education and retire with dignity. We can do that. We can take back the whole state house, from the governor's office, the executive council, the Senate, and the House, and Carlos is going to be a huge and important part of that. We're also lucky to have you in this race. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Cindy. Another round of applause for Cindy Warmington. Appreciate that. All right, next up, I want to introduce a very close friend of Carlos and a very good friend of mine, political director, and a man I think many of you know who's been operating all across the state from top to bottom, Sebastian Fuentes.
I don't need this mic, but anyhow, I just want to really quick share a few words about my friend Carlos. A couple of years ago, actually more than that, maybe like 8 years ago, I was looking online because it's always important to me to see Latinos running for office. And I could never see anybody. It was really hard until I saw this Cardona last name on the newspaper from Laconia. I'm like, who is this guy? So I messaged him online. I said, hey, Carlos, I'm originally from Peru. I'm also Latino. I would love to get to know you and see how I can support you. And here I am, proud and excited to support Carlos on his run for Senate. So, you make a lot of Latinos proud today, buddy. I really do. Now that I want to introduce the next speaker, this is a person that I've been learning to appreciate for the few years in New Hampshire. Leading the Democratic Party in New Hampshire is not an easy task. And trying to get the northern part of the state organized, the southern part, every single corner is definitely a 24/7 job. Chairman Buckley, please, if you can take the mic, that'd be great.
I don't know how much this works, but I'll just pretend it's working. Thank you. It is an amazing year. We have the opportunity to once again defeat Donald Trump.
Yes.
And we have a strong Biden-Harris campaign going on. A bunch of us just came down from Berlin, opening up our 9th headquarters, so that's pretty phenomenal. We got one more opening next weekend and more happening. It is really a great ground game that is committed to the entire ticket. we are going to win the governor's race in 2024. And I give greetings from Emmett Soldati. Emmett was up in Berlin, but he had made a previous commitment up north, and so he's there. But he absolutely appreciates your support and is 100% behind Carlos's campaign for state senate. What a great ticket. We're very excited by that. Of course, Congressman Pappas will be campaigning very hard up here. And we've got to take the House back. I know some of the seats are pretty hard, but none of them are impossible. They're hard, but not impossible. It is about getting out there and knocking on the doors, talking to the voters, asking for the message. We got to get back that seat that was given away in Meredith. I noticed that he endorsed Kelly Ayotte the other day. I was like, oh yeah, okay, buddy. But let me tell you, the state senate is a very important part of that mix. For those of you who were at the dinner 2 weeks ago, when Governor Walz of Minnesota spoke and talked about what they were able to accomplish in the first year of having a Democratic governor, a Democratic majority in the House, and a Democratic majority in the Senate. We need all three plus the Executive Council. It does no good to elect a Democratic governor and then not allow her to be able to govern and really run the state in a positive way. So it is critically important. And there's a lot of exciting things happening around the state for the state senate, but there are few races that I'm more excited about than Carlos. He knows that. We talk about it all the time. I constantly am kicking him in the butt and promise to do so every day until election day. But we can make history here. He will be a phenomenal senator, and I look forward to watching him as part of the majority elect our next speaker, the next Senate President, Donna Susie.
Thank you, Raymond, and thank you, everyone. This place is really amazing. Thank you so much for hosting. I'm really, really excited. As Raymond said, we have such great opportunities across the state, from re-electing our president to electing a female governor to so many great victories. One of the things, though, that I think sometimes people are overlooking, and I'm here to highlight it, is that the state senate, despite redistricting, the state senate is flippable. There is no question. We have 10 members now. We have recruited candidates all over. But one of the key districts, and one of the ones that I think we are going to wake up the day after the election and say, thank goodness we had such a great candidate, and thank goodness we all got together to do so much hard work, because we can elect Carlos Cardona to the state senate. What's happening in Concord right now is just so out of step with what New Hampshire is really all about. I mean, you know, I know there are some challenging seats here in Belknap County, but the fact of the matter is, most people, whether they're Democrats, Independents, Republicans, most people just want to have their freedoms respected. They want to be able to make their own decisions about their health care. They want to be able to send their kids to good schools. They want to be able to start a business. They want to be able to succeed on their own terms and make their own decisions. And it doesn't matter whether it's a Democrat or a Republican in some instances. People are just tired of division. People are tired of a party that doubles down on hate and tries to marginalize certain groups of people. And that's why in this race, a candidate like Carlos is so special. Because Carlos is someone that transcends so many of those things. Carlos has worked in the trenches on many progressive causes with people from various walks of life, with people from all over this state, all over this country, actually. But Carlos represents what's best about all of us. Someone who wanted to build a family, who has engaged in community activities, who has just done so much already, but is willing to step up and make the sacrifice to run for office because it's so important for the rest of the state. There's no question we can retain the majority, and we're going to do it because we're going to elect Carlos Cardona.
Done. Everybody sit down. No, I want to start by thanking my family, my partner John, my kids Sophia and Jack, my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, my nephew, my campaign manager who's amazing, and all of you for coming here. Cindy, thank you for coming. Senator, Chairman. We have Honorable David Hewitt here with us, David for Senator. Honestly, a lot of the questions that I get is, how do you do it? These are the people, how I do it. They take over watching the kids so I can be at the State House, so I can juggle my shift because I'm a working dad. I'm teaching currently in Allenstown. And my partner running a business. We juggle it like any other family. I could have easily stayed home this election, not run for office, continue to do what I'm doing behind the scene, but I decided to do it and jump into this race for a simple reason alone. Every time I'm jogging in Laconia or throughout the Lakes region, I hear the same thing. We're sick and tired of these divisive politics. We want somebody that can lead with kindness. We want somebody that knows us and knows that these policies are affecting us. You know, right now my opponent has been voting over 272 different pieces of legislation in just 2 years, not knowing how that affects our district. I've approached him at the State House many times. Nice guy, we get along, we talk, we have great conversations because I do believe in civility. But a lot of the times it's over his head. He doesn't know how these policies are going to affect. Most recently, which was devastating for me, in case you didn't know, I served in Laconia School District as an AmeriCorps for 3 years. And I got to serve underserved children that are going home. Laconia has one of the highest income disparity rates in the whole entire state, 50%. That means that out of 10 kids that you meet, 5 of them are going hungry at the end of the night. None of us would be okay with that in our neighborhood. None of us. So when I talk to my neighbors, they say, yeah, I'm all in. Well, my opponent voted against it. He thought that $34,000 a year should be the threshold for a household income for free lunch. Anybody that lives on planet Earth right now and goes grocery shopping know that anything less than $74,000 a year, you cannot even provide for your family. That's including rent, bills, food, for a household of 2 adults and 2 children. And that's the reality. So the thing is, Republicans like to blame Joe Biden for a lot of stuff, but they've had a majority here in New Hampshire, and things haven't gotten better for us. So when are they going to take responsibility? Anybody that knows in this community, I pick up my phone. I pick up my phone. My opponent, you can call him, you can leave him 6 voicemails, and unless you have an R next to your name, and you have donated money to him, he's not going to pick up your phone. And even if you have an R next to your name in your registration, he might still not pick up your phone because I know a lot of Republicans that are upset. Another thing, I got a call the other day. I had to get David on the phone while he was on vacation. I said, you got to hear this. A lot of you guys may know Seifu Ragasa, incredible human being. He's the president of the Probation and Parole Office for New Hampshire. He works in a lot of great first responder stuff throughout the state. This association has been asking the senators to vote in favor of continuing their pension program. Well, Tim Lang did not answer his phone, ignored 6 phone calls from them, ignored them in the hallways of the State House, walked right past them as they were saying, Senator, come speak to us, and voted against the bill that affects their retirement. That's not something that I plan on doing. There's a lot of disagreements I have with how we spend money in our government, but that is not one of them. When people work hard protecting our community, keeping us safe around the clock, they deserve their pension. They deserve their retirement. Firsthand, I know what teachers are dealing with. I hear it every single day. In our school that I work at, the same thing. Teachers are tired of being attacked. They just want to go, like everybody else, to their workplace, teach, make a difference, and go home. They don't want to continue to be targeted by Republicans and their right-wing extremist agenda. And honestly, in some cases, I think it's actually terrorism what's happening to these teachers. Targeted, pictures posted in local blogs. I mean, it's just horrible. And one more thing, I believe in freedom. I believe, I came from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, and I wouldn't be Puerto Rican if I didn't say this here. I had a tough upbringing, but it made me who I am today. All right? And I want to give back to my country. The United States of America gave me an opportunity that I would never imagine in a million years. 17 years living in this community, I've had more opportunities than any other person could ask for. And I want to give back. I have service in my blood, it's in my heart. My mom always taught me, if you have 5 grapes, give 4 away, God will continue to provide for you. So that's who I am, and that's what I want to continue doing this. My partner owns a business here in town. We see over and over again how businesses are being targeted by the State House. They're not speaking to these business owners, they're not speaking to the employees, they're not speaking to the people in the community that these things are affecting. So I want to go to Congress so that we can have a majority. I can elect Senator Donna Susie as our president, and I know that every single time she's in charge, it's like we have a whole new governor. And I'm hoping with cherry on top that we have Cindy as our governor. I've endorsed her. I believe in her leadership. She's shown it time and time over again. There's been times when I've been in political situations where I've needed help, where I've needed people to come and lobby for things that are important to our community. And Cindy has been there every single step of the way. I remember calling her a couple of years ago, and I didn't know the Executive Council was going to be voting on my nomination for the Commission on Native American Affairs. And I just said, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to call everybody I know, and hopefully they'll vote for me so I can get in there and make a difference. And we didn't know if that was a nomination that the Executive Council could vote on, but Cindy from the beginning said, listen, if I can vote on it, you have my support, and we'll do what we need to do to make it happen. And again, time again, when it comes to being there, showing up, a lot of people in politics talk about showing up for BIPOC people. She doesn't say it, she just does it. And to me, that matters, and that speaks volumes. And last but not least, there is something important happening in rural communities throughout New Hampshire. All right. There's poverty, unimaginable happening. There is division, unimaginable happening. And I want to be a bridge builder. I know a lot of people that just want to work together. And I think if we can get rid of all this toxic rhetoric that is happening, all these things that Donald Trump is saying on TV, like us Latinos are poisoning the blood of America. And I'm going to use my friend Sebastian's words. I have simple words for Donald Trump. We are the blood of America. So I am going to campaign like it's nobody's business. I'm going to knock on every single door, Republican, Democrat, Independent. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have one pitch. If you're an American and you feel as passionate as I do about this country and of this community, let's work together. Let's meet halfway where we can. The rest, we'll keep working, we'll keep talking. This is what America is all about. When did we become a country that we can't speak to each other, where we can't work with each other? So I've proven it in my own neighborhood that I can work with Republican and Democrat neighbors, and we can work together and get along and have a good community. I'm going to do the same thing across the state, and I'm going to hopefully lift up other Democrats along the way. And I'm very hopeful about this race. Everywhere we go, we keep hearing the same thing. Carlos, I'm with you. I'm not voting for you because you're a Democrat or whatever. I'm voting for you because I know you and I trust you. So in this case, that's what we're going to do. So if my pitch to you is, if you feel moved and you want to make a difference, donate to my campaign. That's the best thing you can do right now. And then this summer, make sure you have we have your phone number, email, so you can reach out to you, because we're going to put those dollars to work. We're going to be in every Old Town Home Day. We're going to be in every parade. We're going to be in every festival. And God knows I love parades, so I'm going to be there. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor. We do have the president of the New Hampshire Young Dems.
No, where do we give you money?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
It's a great question.
Well, cash is king. You can always throw an envelope with cash to us, but also you can write a check. Also, David is going to be around. He can literally just help you log into our website so that you can actually donate right there. We're on Act Blue, so if you type in Carlos Cardona Act Blue, it comes right up, literally 2 seconds. A lot of you may have me on Twitter already. My link to donate is right on my page. But of course, I'll be happy to help you to make sure that you make a donation. So please don't leave. $1, $2, $100, $3,000 is the max. We will gladly accept your donation. Right now, we've had people from all across the country and all across the district donated to this race because they realize that what happens here in Laconia can dictate what happens in the rest of the country. So let's win from the bottom up, and let's make sure that we carry every single race. Thank you so much.
Thank you.